Hello, this is Retreat Briefing in Thursday, April 11, and today's topic is no interest rate cut, but Bitcoin increased. So the CPI result came out in Wednesday in East Asia time, and it came out higher than expectation so the expectation for the interest rate cut disappeared. However, Bitcoin price increased about 2% comparing to the past day, and this might because of the stagflation. So the Bitcoin and gold became a safer asset than dollar. So in 1970s, there was a stagflation in US, and beside rise of interest rate, people bought gold because they were worried about the decrease of dollar value. And the world seems quite similar to the 1970s when the stagflation were made. And that may be a reason for people choosing Bitcoin. So let's begin. So this is a daily candle chart of the Bitcoin. And yesterday there was an election in South Korea, so it was a holiday. So we did the briefing. And this drop is for the Tuesday. And Tuesday it dropped all the way down, which rebounded. So it dropped all the way down, but increased back up again. And now it's moving near here. But I think the Bitcoin keep showing a good move since it already passed the 71K just before. But I didn't renew the chart. So we will gonna look at while watching a premium chart later. So this is a 2 p.m. premium chart, and still you can see that there's L2 signal came up again. So comparing to the L2 here, we got an S2 and we got a big drop, but with an LB and L2 signal, it rebounded back up to the Goya line. So there's a gap between the Goya line and the candle. I think this process is going down to meet the Goya line, and it seems like it's succeeded to support the candle. So I'm gonna check that out later with the premium chart. And this is a dominance chart for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins and USDT. So the Bitcoin's dominance is falling, and the Ethereum's dominance increased, and altcoin dominance also increased. So I think Bitcoin is taking a break, and the overall pumping for the altcoins now have just started, and the USDT is also falling. So I think altcoins are having a good time right now. And this is a Goya Dominance 1 chart, and the point is about 3 points. So starting from starting from Tuesday, it was keep dropping, and now it rebounded after about yesterday night. So it's now past the minus points. So I think this is because of the altcoins rebounding. So we will gonna check it out later. And this is a liquidation heat map for last 24 hours. And the total amount of liquidation is $209 million. And it's quite a lot comparing to the past few days. And you can see that Bitcoin liquidated short positions a lot by rebounding. But the Ethereum and the altcoins liquidated a lot of long positions since it dropped during the night. But this is for the last 4 hours, and you can notice that the Bitcoin and the Ethereum now started to liquidate short positions. So Bitcoin kept increased and Ethereum started rebound. So that is the reason why there's more short positions liquidated. But you can see that the amount is not much difference. So I think it's decided by the crypto's theme, such as AI coin rebound or whatever. So I think we need to look at by premium chart. And this is a liquidation heat map for Bitcoin. And you can see that here. So starting from today morning, it rebounded back up and liquidated those short positions. And now it's moving in sideways. But you can notice that there's a big green line long position right here. So I think after liquidating this, it may rebound. But since there are a lot of long positions down there, so maybe Bitcoin will drop all the way down there, but I think that's quite a difficult job since we have a lot of distance from here. So long positions were liquidated a lot, and these are all applied to the 24-hour liquidation chart. And this is a liquidation heat map for the Ethereum. And you can notice that from yesterday night, it had a stiff downward, so long positions were liquidated a lot around here. And with this, after this drop, it started to rebound all the way up from, where is it? It's about 22 p.m. So starting from yesterday, very late night, and and for today, it had a rebound, so a lot of short positions up here were liquidated. So that's why, the last 4 hours liquidation heat map showed a Ethereum liquidated short positions. So I think it will probably move between 3.6k to 3.4k, but this place is too far away to liquidate, so I probably think that it will rise for a little bit more and liquidate these parts and then decide where to go. Now, which I kept mentioned about, there was a CPI and FOMC minutes during Wednesday and early today, and the CPI increased about 3.5% comparing to last year's March. And the increased CPI means that the Fed's possibility for interest rate cut got lower. So US stock market and both crypto market, US stock market had an impact, but the crypto market, for example, a Bitcoin, had an increase. And today we also have a job-related announcements at today night in East Asia time. So I suggest you to avoid trading during this time. Now, this chart is a issuance of Bitcoin and the permanent holders' demand for Bitcoin. And when the halving happens, there will be lower issuance to Bitcoin, since the mining process just becomes half. And this will lead to a less selling pressure by miners. Then the price will rise since there are no selling pressure. That is the basic concept of the price rising by the halving. However, we argue that the one significant influence of Bitcoin halving on prices has diminished as the new issuance of Bitcoin gets smaller relative to the total amount of Bitcoin that is available for sale. So for example, long-term Bitcoin holders, selling has averaged a 417k Bitcoin per month in last year compared to issuance of 28k. And in contrast, we show that Bitcoin demand growth seems to be the key driver for higher prices after the halving. In previous cycles, Bitcoin demand growth from large holders, whales, has spiked, so fueling the price rally. Now, currently, demand growth from this cohort of investors is at the highest ever. Maybe that's all because of the Bitcoin spot ETFs. And moreover, Bitcoin demand from permanent holders has now clearly outpaced here issuance for the first time in history. That's adding fuel for the potential price rally after the halving. And now this is a RSI heat map, and this is for the Tuesday. And you can notice that a lot of coins were up here, and now I told you that when coins enter this overbought and strong area, it will probably drop within few days. So now it seems like overall cryptos came all the way down, but like these coins, I can't see it, but there's WorldCoin, Acoin. So these cryptos which went all the way down here, or oversold place, they will probably have a rebound later. So for example, this Jasmy at the overbought area will probably get correction within few days. But these cryptos, if this, for example, if this WorldCoin goes down all the way to the oversold, then it will probably have a rebound. So I suggest you guys to watch this RSI map carefully and decide and search for the good cryptos. For example, right here, you can trade in spots. So find the low price crypto that didn't rebound it, and maybe DCA in those cryptos would be a good strategy. Now let's move on to the Goya Premium chart. So let's start with Bitcoin. Now the dominance chart first. So within decreasing dominance all the way down to minus 30 points. And now just starting from yesterday 10 p.m. it started to rebound all the way up to plus 13. I think the overall crypto now is starting to rebound. So Bitcoin's score chart is just under the current market price. So if you see here, so this was Monday, and for the Tuesday we got an SB and S2 signal, so it dropped all the way down. And starting from Wednesday it was moving in sideways, but with this big drop just before the CPI announcements, we had a big drop in East Asia time, but with an LB signal and L signal, it just broke up to the Goya line, and now you can notice that it is supported by the Goya line, and with another L2 signal it increased all the way up. Now it's moving near 71k. This line was, which I drew at Tuesday. So if you press SR, this place, it's yesterday 10 p.m. which started this increase again. This 67.5k would be a first support and second support, and this resist line just before it's 71.4k, that will be the first and second resist line. So if it breaks through here, then Bitcoin will probably try to go back up to 72k. And as I told you from this triangular, analyzing tactic, so I said it broke through here. So if it fall, I thought it would be supported by this place, but actually it dropped more. But now it rebounded all the way up to here, and now it's still trying to go more up. So I think the chart seems probably reach somewhere near, not here, but probably to this place. I think that will be quite easy. But yeah, so that place was the record high. This place. So I think there's no such a big difference from current price. So probably it will try to renew its price until halving, and after halving Bitcoin will definitely go up. Now let's have a look at Ethereum. So the score chart is under the market price right now, and you can notice from here. So at night in Tuesday it increased all the way up. Not Tuesday, it's Monday. And Tuesday starting to decrease with an SB signal here and S signal here. So it dropped and we got an S2 signal even here. So you can notice that there's a long tail all the way down there. And we got an L signal. So it rebounded to the Goya line, but there's a S2 signal keep remaining. So that's why it couldn't just break through it and came all the way down again. But as I told you, after this long minus candle, if there's an LB signal right after it, then it will probably rebound all the way back up. So just like here, after S signal and a big minus candle, we got another LB signal. So it reached all the way to the half of this big candlestick, and we got another L signal. So it eventually broke through the Goya line, and we got additional L3 signal. So it seems like the Ethereum is just moving around 3.6k, and the liquidation line was near there. So we need to watch whether Ethereum liquidate those short positions and come back down or keep increase. Time will tell you. We cannot know from right now. So this 3.609k is a first resist line. So this place just an hour before. And if it breaks through here, then it will probably rebound to this place maybe, or more, about here. So it says 3650 is a second resist line. And then if it goes up, maybe we'll find somewhere here. So probably Ethereum was gaining power from here, so it kept increasing the lowest price until starting from here. So starting from when is that? Starting from last Saturday, Ethereum was gathering some power in order to get all the way up here. So now Ethereum just started to run. So I hope Ethereum shows a good move. And now let's move on to Ripple. Ripple score chart is also below the market price. And you can see that even if we got LB and L2 right here and the L signal, Ripple is just don't have enough power to go up. So right here also, after this big minus candle, if there's LB within 1 or 2 hours, then it will probably rebound quite a lot. And it is currently moving above the Goya line, but I think the current price doesn't seem quite nice. So always think of Ripple as a long-term investment for the future. Whoops. So if you press SR just an hour before, this 0.62 will be a first resist, and this support line is quite far away from here. So it's this big minus candle's lowest point, which is 0.59, and I think it will take some time for Ripple to go down all the way down to here. So maybe this Goya line always acts as a first support and resist line. So since there are long signals keep remaining, I suggest you to, if you are gonna invest DCA in around the Goya line, but since the resist line is too close and it seems like the candle is so small, so I think it lost its power to do something. So I suggest you to avoid trading for a while. And finally, let's look at Dogecoin. So Dogecoin's market price is also under the score chart is also under the market price, but it is having a big rebound right here. So Dogecoin increased in a long time and started to decrease all the way to the half about that increase, but now it's starting to go all the way back up. So right here also big minus candle and LB within 1 or 2 hours. It jumped up over the Goya line with an L signal, and we got additional L2. So you can see that it is supported by the Goya line and jumped all the way up. And also here, it is keep being supported by the Goya line, so it's moving over 0.20, and now it's keep moving over here. So as Goya line follows up all the way to the here, I think the price will move in sideways for a while. So right here, I think it will meet once again the candle and the Goya line, and then you have to decide whether it will fall under the Goya line or it's supported by the Goya line. And it seems like it will be supported since there are L signal right here, and those candle signal didn't change that at all. But if we have an additional SB signal after this increase, then it will probably fall all the way down. So if you press SR, right now this end of this tail is 20273 is a first resist line and second resist line, and if it breaks through that, it will try to go to this place and this place, and the support is quite far right now. So 0.18 is the first and second support. So if the Goya line breaks through and the slope of the Goya line points downward, then this support will do its job. So always keep that in mind. So I hope you guys to have a safe trading also today, and thank you for listening. Bye.